Hi, I'm Lisa K. Donner, along with Andrew Moran, Sarah Cowgill, Jeff Charles, and James Fight. And this is the Conservative Five, Liberty Nation's online TV news program. The power of an online review is worth more than you thought. Just hit 1 star and see what happens. Business Insider featured a story this week about some sellers on Amazon who are gifting unhappy customers with double the refund. That's if the customer promises to remove their negative review. Sounds like a win-win. No, I don't think so. It seems that some companies who reach out are simply badgering the consumer until the review comes down. It's glaringly obvious that there is a problem here. Basically, because Amazon-generated consumer lists are not supposed to be accessible by third-party sellers. Oops, seems like the big boys are double teaming the consumer. Surprise, surprise. Not to mention that nobody wants to admit it, but everyone uses Amazon. Jeff, do you review a lot?
You know, I don't review a lot. Maybe I should, but I don't. I might give a rating, but I don't take the time to write a review. And this story was intriguing. Like, I also read up about it in the Wall Street Journal. And here's the thing. I know times are hard. It's hard out here, right? Especially if you're a small business owner. And I do believe that businesses should be able to try to give some recompense to an unsatisfied customer. I've had it happen where I go to a restaurant, have a bad experience. The next meal's on them. You know, they'll do that kind of thing. However, you don't badger your customers because they gave you a bad review. First off, they were going outside of Amazon's system. You're only supposed to message your buyer or seller through their system. You're not supposed to go outside of that. But no, these companies actually figured out, well, in some cases, they figured out the email addresses of somebody who left a 1-star review or a negative review and sent her an email. And even that, okay, that's pushing the line a little bit, but okay, if she doesn't want to do it, she doesn't want to do it. No, they sent her email after email after email, and it happened to multiple people. And you've got these businesses out here harassing people. I don't know how widespread this is realistically, but if the Wall Street Journal wrote it up and if others wrote it up, it's happening. So to me, it just shows how absurd things have gotten, but it also reflects how bad things have gotten in the economy. Like, if this happened maybe 2 years ago, or if there were no coronavirus, no lockdowns, this behavior probably would be minimal. But I think it's the economic woes that are going on right now that are prompting this desperate behavior.
But on the other side, Andrew, don't you think that, the fact that the people are having power again? They write a review, and somebody's paying attention. People don't, they're motivated now. Let's just put it that way. They're motivated now to serve well or do better. Isn't this really good in the long run for the consumer?
Yeah, I'm mixed on this subject. On one hand, I think it's a voluntary exchange between the two consenting parties. If the company wants to refund it to get a better review, that's between those two. On the other hand, I like the review system on Amazon. I like the 5-star ratings. I think it's a great social proofing of these products that you buy. I mean, I buy it from Amazon all the time because I have toddlers. So as long as the state doesn't intervene and create new regulations and laws, I don't care what they do. On the other hand, on one point, I think that these companies are violating terms of service. So if Amazon would have a perfectly right to just kick them off the system. Amazon's been trying to perfect this review system for years. I mean, for only recently they introduced a mechanism whereby you actually had to buy the book in order to have a legitimate review posted. Because a lot of people were just, if you go on Fiverr, excuse me, you just pay people a few cents to put a good comment on your book. The review system, it's a work in progress, and it's a fantastic system, but Amazon keeps coming with new ways to ensure that people are having legitimate reviews posted.
Sarah.
Well, heck, I like the idea of legitimate reviews. I think you have to purchase the product and use it and explain if it came the way you ordered it, if it showed up at all. There's a way to do this, and paying people to remove a review, not even give you a good one, but just to remove a poor review, that's not helping any consumer at all. I don't know. I do reviews one way or the other, good, bad, or indifferent, if I buy the product. I don't see how this is helpful in any way, shape, or form.
Jim, couldn't the consumer just say no? Like, I'm not going to take double the refund. I'm not, my review is going to stand because you guys stink.
I mean, I don't see why you couldn't. You might get a little harassment out of it.
I think,
you
well,
should.
No, you shouldn't be getting harassed. You shouldn't be
I know, that's what I'm saying. That's the story, but I mean,
seems to be what's
it's not like they
going
can really
on. If
do
they
anything
say
about it.
no, they get email after email after email, and it's like, oh my gosh, you're killing my business. And
one of the ladies who was getting harassed, I mean, because after she said no, they kept sending her email after email. She reported to Amazon, and even they drug their feet on this. But eventually it got to where they shut the whole thing down and kicked the business off. But she shouldn't have had to go through all that just to stop being harassed.
You report to Amazon, but you can also report to the Secretary of State's office. That's who, whatever state the business is registered in, that's who deals with that. But also, I kind of don't care if it hurts their business, because I buy so much stuff on Amazon. I bought everything from books to truck parts. Literally every morning when I start my truck and come to the office, I put my life in the hands of a company on Amazon. I want to know if that product is crap, so it doesn't cost me my life.
I remember writing a few years ago, I ghost wrote an article talking about how everything is fake on the internet. And I was writing about how a lot of these companies that post on Amazon, part of their digital marketing strategy is to find people, let's say on Fiverr, and they pay them to buy the product, and then they give them an extra few bucks. So even the good reviews on the website, you can't really trust them 100%.
No, but they're supposed to say, this reviewer has been given something in kind for a review. They're supposed to acknowledge that.
But how do you know that, though? How can Amazon verify that you've been paid to buy this product?
It's unenforceable.
Yeah, and here's the other thing with this whole review system. Another angle here is that because politics is part of everything now, right? But you remember what happened with the McCloskeys. So what a lot of people don't know is that a lot of these left-wing activists went on Yelp and gave their law firm horrible reviews, 1-star ratings, even though they had never even spoken to these people. And that tanked their ratings in Yelp. Now, I don't know how much that affected their law firm, but if you think about other types of businesses, if you have like a mid to or small business and you say you like Trump, and then the left gets the idea to go in there and say, okay, let's tank his business by giving them these bad reviews. It doesn't matter if they're fake. That could also be another way that they could censor people and to shut them up by attacking their livelihood. I'm actually surprised they haven't thought of it already. Hopefully they're not watching this.
Well, when looking at the voice of the people, would you say that this review process has resulted in liberty lost or liberty gained? Let's go around the horn. Sarah?
A little bit of both.
Oh, that's not an answer. Take a
Okay, I'm sitting on the fence, and I don't care if I get splinters on my phone.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Well, here's the thing. The rating system is great, and if and if a business doesn't live up to the standards, then yeah, ding it. But when you ding it and then you're harassed and you've got people, repeatedly coming after you, who knows where it's going to go to next? I just think it's bad.
Andrew, liberty lost or liberty gained?
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with Sarah. She's going to have to pick those splinters from my behind, because I'm sitting on that same fence, because, it's a private company. They have the rules. They make the laws. As long as the government doesn't intervene, I don't really care either way.
Jim?
Yeah, I'm going to take Andrew's argument, but I'm going to knock the fence over and say it's not even a liberty issue. It's neither liberty lost nor liberty gained unless the government steps in. Because, look, liberty is messy. Ultimately, they can harass you all you want, and all you have to do is to continue to tell them to buzz off.
Jeff?
I'm going to go with liberty gained, because one aspect of this is that you can also block emails. So I don't know if these people tried that and then they use other emails. That was never said in the article as far as I read. But I mean, if somebody's harassing you on email, it's very easy to block them and then you don't have to hear them from them again. So they have the right to try to harass you, I suppose, but you have the right to block them and to ignore them and to not pay attention and to go about your everyday life and maybe even give them another bad review. Why not?
But you do know where you can get liberty gained? On libertynation.com.
Absolutely.
Conservative news, we're truth matters.
All right. Well, Mr. Charles, I'm with you. It's liberty gained. All in all, these people are having to listen to us. Technology can't live with it, can't live without it, but it sure does make us angry at times. Thanks, panel. That's it for our Conservative 5 panel today. Check out our other C5 shows and segments on your favorite video platform, YouTube, Vimeo, Rumble, or on them all. As well, Liberty Nation has its own Roku channel where you can see all of our TV productions. Thanks for tuning in. And remember to surf on over to libertynation.com. Sign up for our member zone, just $29.99 for the year. Special thanks to our fantastic editor and post coordinator, Frank Diorio, our executive producer, Sarah Cowgill. I'm Lisa K. Donner, editor-in-chief. Thanks for joining us today. This has been a production of libertynation.com, conservative news where truth matters.